Hey everyone, welcome back to Massey's Main Entertainment. Today we are starting off a brand new series we call the Top 10 Song Series, where we dive into some great music that was ever made. And this week's theme, to actually our very first one, our little volume one, if you want to call it, is Songs with Colors in the title. And I've got an incredible panel to help me out with this. Doc, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
You got it.
And and Randy, thank you for joining us. I know all three of us are in mourning here for picking picking a really bad pick this week. We thought it was a great pick, but it was a really bad pick. But things happen. And Rich, who didn't pick a bad team, good job, Rich. So thanks for joining us. And they're going to share their thoughts and their favorite songs as well. We'll be covering iconic tracks that have to include, and one of each, red, blue, yellow, green, purple, pink, white, black, and brown. And then there's a wild card color that you can pick of your choosing. So make sure you like, sub, and comment down below and give us your top 10 songs if you could do that with their favorite color titled and a big spectrum of songs. If I can say the word spectrum of songs, I suppose that's appropriate here. So just sit back, relax, and kind of enjoy the video. You guys are all ready for and pumped for this, aren't you?
Let's get it on.
Yeah. All right. So the order tonight, Rich has requested to go first, which is an anomaly. So I'm curious as to why. Rich is going to go first. Then Randy's going to follow him. Doc, you got third, and I will back clean up tonight on the first video.
Cool.
Let's do her.
Let's do it. Yeah, I just wanted to go first since I wanted to do this originally on my own channel, and I felt like, let's share it. Let the guys have a crack at it rather than make their list in the comments. I'd rather do it as a collaboration. So that's why I wanted to go first, just to set the tone and the pattern for how we're going to do these videos. So number 10, I went with Purple Haze, an easy way out. There aren't that many Purple songs that I like. So Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix is my number 10. Number 9, different kind of song for me because I usually don't espouse this guy's catalog that much, but I'm going to go with Little Red Corvette by Prince, which I think is a terrific song. A lot of sexual innuendo in there and very enjoyable. So that's coming at number 9. Number 8, I put my wild card, not a mandatory color, but one of my own choosing, and that would be Fleetwood Mac's Gold Dust Woman. Stevie Nicks on lead vocals, kind of a cocaine tune, if you will, excessive use of that white powder. Gold Dust Woman. Number 7, little John Mellencamp, Pink Houses, off his album, I believe. Really solid. There weren't that many Pink songs that I was thrilled about, but this is the one that I think I like the best, so I went with that. Number 6, I had down to 2 different tunes, and I went in this direction. Number 6 is the Rolling Stones' Brown Sugar. Great track from, what's it from? Somebody help me, I'm drawing a blank.
Is it from Let It Bleed?
No. It's
Sticky
from
Fingers? Is that from Sticky Fingers?
Sticky Fingers, of course. Thank you very much. Yeah, Sticky Fingers, Brown Sugar. It was a big hit. 1971, I believe. Just a great track. There was another Brown song I liked a lot, but I went with this one. Number 5, top 5. Top 5, another Rolling Stones. I went back-to-back Rolling Stones. Paint It Black from 1966. There is a Red Door. I had 2 colors. I had Red Door and I want to Paint It Black. Just a great vocal, cool track, kind of a darker tune, but one of the best. Number 4, Crystal Blue Persuasion by Tommy James and the Shondells. Another one from this is from 1969. It was a big hit single. And I believe I had this on 45, and it shows up later in the Breaking Bad series when they're making that blue meth. Crystal Blue Persuasion. Number 3, my favorite CCR song of all time, Green River. John Fogerty's little ode to his childhood, skipping stones in the lake and swinging on the rope swing and that type of thing. Very cool images. Green River, number 3. Number 2, Sir Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, where the dogs of society howl. Great lyricism. That's the title track off that great 1973 album. And just missed making my top spot. My number one personal favorite, Procol Harum, A Whiter Shade of Pale, comes in at number one for me. Just a magnificent song, great vocal, kind of just a mood song, perfect for the late 60s. And it is easily my number one. So there we go.
Wow. A lot of
Fantastic.
familiar songs there. I am surprised that you did not pick that particular Brown song. I thought for sure, if we're thinking of the same one, I thought for sure you were going to pick that one in lieu of the Rolling Stones. But hey,
Yeah, I left that one for Randy, if that's the one you're thinking of. So
right, but yeah, a lot of these are familiar, and that's all.
yeah,
I can say for now.
these are all hits. This is where I live in the classic rock hits, familiar radio tunes. There's the ones that keep playing in my head. I'm not going to go deep on any of this stuff. So
Right.
that's just who I am.
All right.
Was orange supposed to be one of the colors?
No, that's a wild
No,
card color.
that was a wild card.
Okay, there. That's why I messed up on that. Okay, I got you now.
Very good. Awesome. All right, Randy, I guess you're on deck.
All right, so my number 10 is for Pink. I have Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots Part 1 by the Flaming Lips. Always like that song. It's my favorite album by theirs. Them.
Very good.
Number 10, I also have Green River by CCR.
Nice.
Number, what am I on? Oh, number 8,
8. Yeah.
I have Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell for my yellow.
Yep.
Number 7, I have my wild card, and that's Gray in LA by Loudon Wainwright III. This was off Strange Weirdos soundtrack, if anybody's seen that movie. He's best known for Dead Skunk in the Middle of the Road. That's probably his biggest. Number 6, I've got also Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix.
Nice.
Number 5, I have Black Books by Nils Lofgren, now plays with Bruce Springsteen, but that was used in the television show Sopranos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4, I've got White Honey, Graham Parker and the Rumor, off his debut album.
Nice.
Number 3, this is one you're probably talking about, is I've got Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison
That
here.
was the one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
My number 2, with Blue, I've got Blue Sky Mine by Midnight Oil off their Blue Sky Mining album,
Mm-hmm.
Australian group. And number 1, from Elvis Costello, I've got The Angels Want to Wear My Red Shoes.
Oh,
Great one.
great.
That's a great one.
That is great. I like your eclectic list here, especially like giving some love to the Flaming Lips. I've got that album, Yoshimi. That is an excellent album. You're right. It's probably their best album. And that's a great choice there. I mean, I like it. There's some deep, I feel like there's some deep stuff there, you know?
Yeah, there's definitely more deep stuff. I love his number 1. That's better than my Red song for sure. I love the Angels When I Wear My Red Shoes,
It's very good.
but I overlooked it this time around. Sorry. Very good.
Very good list. Sure.
Nice. All right, Doc.
Yes, I'll go. My number
Here we go,
10.
man.
My number 10 is going to be my wild card, if you want the truth. So I'm going to start with my wild card. I got Tommy James and the Shondells from 1965, Rich. I'm going with Crimson and Clover.
Yes. Yep.
My number 9, man, I was so close. This was my hardest one, to be honest with you. But I ended up going with Green Eyed Lady from Sugarloaf in 1960.
Nice.
Great one.
Man, I had Green River written down for a long time until I switched it up there. The bass line's just too much for me to pass up, man. What can I tell you? So, number 8, sounds like Sticky Fingers, the Stones from 1971, Brown Sugar to me.
Nice.
Nice.
Number 7, sounds like John Mellencamp's Pink Houses to me.
Wow.
Number 6, you guys don't, nobody has my red. So my number 6 is Red Barchetta from Rush, Moving Pictures in 1981.
Wow.
Number 5, man, I guess this was my second hardest choice because it was between Purple Haze and Purple Rain, and I went Purple Rain from Prince.
Okay.
I think they're both kind of drastic changes at their time, so I just went Purple Rain. So,
Yep.
Number 4, I'm going the classic, man. I'm going Back in Black, AC/DC, 1980s
Perfect.
title track.
Mhm.
Number 3, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road from Elton John.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Rich, your list was freaking me out, buddy, when I was listening to it. So, number 2, I got Procol Harlem's The Whiter Shade of Pale
Wow.
for my white. Randy, I don't know how you did not have this at number 1, buddy. To me, it's one of the best songs of all time. I'm quite shocked you missed it, but I have Behind Blue Eyes from The Who
Oh.
next
Ooh.
for my blue. That's my number 1.
That's
That's
a very dark list.
Totally.
No,
Somehow or another, you managed to still have a doc list, even with us being very specific what we got here. That's
Hey,
awesome.
cool.
I do
Yeah,
love that.
he's got all the staples. He's in Doc's library. He's got Rush, AC/DC, The Who. I mean, they're all Stones. Come on.
Stones.
They're all there. Nice.
Yep.
All right. I guess I'll do mine real quick then, guys.
Yep.
Awesome. At number 10, I put my wild card here too from 1987. I picked the Grateful Dead's Touch of Grey.
There you go.
It's their only top 10 hit. Not surprisingly, I guess, because they're very much of a jam band thing. But yeah, it's from In the Dark in 1987. Number 9, I've also got John Mellencamp's Pink Houses here from 1983. Hey, it was a top 10 hit for him, and just really, he's like the king of Heartland rock in a lot of ways. Him and Bruce Springsteen would be on a Mount Rushmore, I would think, of Americana rock. So you got to put him in here. Number 8, I've got Prince's Little Red Corvette. I mean, that's 1983 as well. This is all like when in my teen years, as you can kind of tell. And this song was his first top 10 hit. He'd go on to have a lot of success. So this one got as high as number 6 on the Billboard chart. Number 7, from Booker T and the MGs, 1962. I got Green Onions here.
Yeah.
Classic instrumental track. A little bit of 60s soul music, all the way to number 3. And it's you hear this song on commercials all the time, even to this day. So it's kind of cool. Number 6, I've also got Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze here, 1967. It only got as high as 65 on the Billboard chart, but this is like an iconic track, and it really is one of those defining anthems for that 1960s counterculture. So had to include it. Number 5, I went with Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones as well from 1971. It was between that and Van Morrison, of course.
Yeah.
Very high energy rock, and it's got that bluesy swagger that's all typical of the Stones of that era. So it's really cool. Number 4 for me, I've got Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi. So it seems like we split on the yellows 2 and 2. This is like that folk pop anthem about environmentalism and urbanization and things like that. She didn't break into the top 40 with this song. It got as high as number 67. Number 3 is kind of a guilty pleasure song for me. When people hear that I like it, they can't believe I would like it. Linda Ronstadt's Blue Bayou, 1977. Her rendition of Roy Orbison's song, it reached as high as number 3 on the Billboard chart. And this song is just absolutely beautiful. I love it to this day. Number 2, I've got Pearl Jam's Black from 1991 from their album 10. I think it's their most powerful track. And despite never charting, it's actually, it's like a staple of theirs in concert and maybe one of the most well-known and fun ones for the fans. And number 1, I'm surprised nobody had this one. I've got Nights in White Satin by the Moody Blues, 1967. That haunting ballad that captures the melancholy of unrequited love. Got as high as number 2 on both the UK singles chart and the Billboard chart. This is from their groundbreaking album, Days of Futures Past. So that is my list, gentlemen. Any thoughts?
Sure. I love it. I mean, I had Nights of White Satin for the longest time.
Yeah.
Until I switched it out for when I finally realized, when I talked to Doc about having a suffix at the end, whether it be the color whitest, whiter. Then I said, you know what? Whiter shade of pale. That's one of my all-time favorites. So I switched it up. I just want to mention, I think black is the only color where we have 4 different songs. We don't have any repeats for the color black here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had, where's my black song?
You
I had
Paint It Black.
Paint It Black. Then we had the Nils Lofgren song Black Books, Back in Black, and Black by Pearl Jam. We had 4 different Black tunes. The others are either 2 or 3 or sometimes 4, I believe, of the same song or the same color, rather.
That's right.
So very cool. It was interesting, and we all have different wild card colors. I had gold. Doc had what?
Crimson.
Crimson. Yes. Randy had.
We had 2 grays.
We had 2 grays.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 grays. Okay,
Yeah.
so we do had 2 grays. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, make sure you send me your list as well in the email. So when I put this all together, I'll get that squared away for us. I want to thank everyone for watching the video. Look for our continuing series. Up next for us will be modes of transportation. So that'll be another fun list for us to put together. And so thank you again, guys, for joining me, Randy, Rich, Doc, and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.
Ciao.